Hello everyone, I'm Whitehawkg from Animation Anime. Today, I'll be talking about, well, an anime. I think that's kind of the point of this channel. More specifically, the anime Nisekoi. A quick spoiler warning because, well, there will be spoilers. It's, talking about an anime. Now that that's out of the way, let's get started. So, Nisekoi. One of my favorite animes personally. It's a harem, romantic comedy, all of that good stuff, with a good plot and cute girls. For this video, I'll mainly be focusing on a character that everyone who's seen the show knows about, but he doesn't get talked about all that much. I'm talking about Claude. More specifically, whether he should be considered a good person or a bad person. I'll be using things from both the anime and the manga, because the anime doesn't go as far as the manga, as many of you probably know. Now a little background on Claude, so we can all be up to speed. He's one of the higher-ups in the Beehive Gang, which is one of the main gangs in the show. And he's made it his life's mission to protect Chitoge Kirisaki, one of the main characters. He took in an orphan who he named Seishiro Sugami, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, mistakenly believing her to be a boy, and trained her to be a hit woman. Because he does think she's a boy, even though she's a girl, which is kind of odd. You would know why if you watch the show. I'm not going to say anything. Claude is very overprotective, and his overprotectiveness kind of prevented Chitoge from being able to socialize and make friends before moving to Japan. So with all this said, you might be wondering why I'm disputing whether he's a good person or a bad person. And let's skip over the fact that he's in a gang and he's high enough to protect the heir of the gang. Like, the gangs in this show, they're not really bad people. Anyway, so he's very strict and very overprotective. But you might not think that's too bad. A lot of parents are strict or overprotective, or both. So why is it a big deal? Well, I don't think even those kind of parents would constantly do body checks on their children's friends. If you were friends with someone whose guardian was constantly studying and analyzing you, I don't think you'd stick around that person too much. He also stalks Chitoge, a lot of times squatting in a tree outside her school building with binoculars, watching her and Raku, the main character, through the window. Sugami, a friend of Chitoge's, and as I mentioned before, Claude's kind of orphan child prodigy thing, she doesn't have too much of a problem keeping an eye on Chitoge, seeing as how they're both the same age and are in the same class, and it wouldn't really seem suspicious. Claude, on the other hand, would be a different story. He's an adult, and as such can be considered a creep or a pervert, constantly watching Chitoge. Granted, seeing how Chitoge is the heir to the Beehive Gang, most members watch her while she's out, but Claude watches and follows her more than anyone else. He asks Sugami to keep watch over Chitoge and Raku, which could be considered normal, and he told her that if Raku did anything to hurt her, and I mean anything, to shoot him dead, right then and there. That's pretty far out of legal boundaries and perimeters, and, well, not something anyone should be doing. He's also a skilled marksman, firing at a tiny space between Chitoge and Raku without missing, barely hitting Raku. While it is impressive, anyone can see why it's not okay. Granted, this is anime, so take it with a pinch of salt. And when Claude heard that Chitoge and Raku, who is the heir to the Yakuzas, I think I'm pronouncing that right, which is the Japanese mafia, if you didn't already know that, he did not approve and has done everything he can to break them up, even going so far as to attempting to destroy Raku's social status by swapping the woman's sign with the men's signs at a hot spring, which is a common kind of trope in anime. Lucky for him, Chitoge, who had seen Claude earlier, understood the situation and was able to help him out, help him make his escape without being seen by any of the girls. I guess Chitoge was the key in that scenario. Get it? Because she has a key? I'll see myself out. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Another one at Claude's over the top and not very legal stunts would be imprisoning Chitoge in her room. He planted a listening device near her and Raku while she talked to him about them moving. This was the only time in Chitoge's life where she'd actually had a place with friends, and she didn't want to lose that by moving, so Raku offered to let her stay at his place. She accepted, which is, it was kind of awkward because, Chitoge's a girl, Raku's a boy, staying over, that yada yada yada, that kind of thing. So she accepted, but Claude would not allow it, so he locked Chitoge in her bedroom. She had virtually no communication to the outside world and was extremely unhappy, crying even, which kind of made me a bit sad and feel bad for her. but as most people would be in that situation. Luckily, it turned out alright, as the Kirisaki family didn't end up moving, but Chitoge would never be able to look at Claude the same again. This was some reason why Claude could be considered a bad person, but do I think he is? Personally, no. I don't think Claude is a bad person. To me, it seems he's just overprotective of Chitoge. I can't speak, I am sorry. And he's overprotective of her and cares for her enough that he's willing to do everything in his power to protect her and ensure the best for her, no matter what people may think of him. He doesn't care if Chitoge hates him, just as long as she's safe and her future is ensured. He had no knowledge of the arrangement between the two gangs of Raku and Chitoge having to date for 3 years in order for the gangs to not go into all-out war against each other, because that would definitely be a bad situation. But if he did, things might have turned out a little differently. He might have done some things different. Like, for instance, he might not have swapped out the girls and boys sign because, while destroying Raku's social status, Chitoge wouldn't be able to break up with him, and people would watch her and him with those eyes. Those eyes that you never want people to look at you with for Raku being accused of being a perv. So, yeah, that would not really work out. Imprisoning Chitoge is hard to work around, but still, Claude probably has good intentions. And, well, that's all I got for this time. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, subscribe and beat up that like button. And I hope to see y'all again. See ya!